Hi there, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing this painting of Carn Brea, which you can see behind me. It's all very green, 24th of June, something like that. Very, very hot, so I found a shady spot. Farmer in the field next to us is turning the hay, and we're going to be trying out this Lightwish pocket sort of travel set watercolours. I'm going to try that out now, sat here doing a little quick sketch of that to see how they work. Also got my casing. I'm going to do a little sketch, and I've got this palette which I forgot to wash out, so that's the first job I've got to do is wash that out. And also by Lightwish, the same company which have sent me these watercolours to try out. This is the old palette I used over a year and a half ago. They sent me this, and it served me really well for casing. This was for watercolours, but actually I use it just for casing, so it's turned out to be really good. Right, better get on with it. This is our little water container. I've put the casing over there, so we're going to start with the watercolour. And I've noticed that the sheets that come with it, these watercolour sheets, actually clip into here somehow, so we'll try and work out how this works. There's your paints. That clips onto there, like that, so you can actually paint like this. That's what we're going to do. Great. Right, let's pour some water out and we'll get going. And the bells are ringing. Okay, I'm going to use the brushes that they've supplied, so we'll see what we can do with those as well. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this, this is the big brush, the bigger brush, and this bit slots in there, so you've got a longer handle. That's quite handy, so I'm going to start with that. I ain't got a clue what these colours are, so we just have to see how it goes. See if I can get that right out. That's it. So that's something like that. That's how I assume how it works. It's a smaller brush up there, and let's just get some. No, I didn't mean to do that. Obviously a new brush. New brush, you're going to lose a bit of, lose a few hairs. So basically what I've done here, I've just put a quick wash with like what I think is a cerulean blue. This one here, and we're just going to have to leave that to dry now before we can do any more. So this is where I will switch to my casing sketch. It's such a very pale light blue wash, but it's nice and dry now, so I can continue with this sketch, and we're going to just try mixing up some of these greens and things. So let's have a look, see what we've got down here. I keep thinking that's my palette. That's the only problem here. I think that's my palette. I wonder if that would have been better there. Yeah, thinking about it, I probably could have done with a bigger palette here and the paper there, so I could mix like that. But this is how it is, so that's just what we're going to go with. Let me just put a dash of red in there to knock that down a little bit. Let's see what we've got. See if you can see that, hopefully. Like that. So I'm doing this a little bit skewish so you can actually see what I'm doing. So we just put this up here. These are just really pale washes at the moment. I'm just going to, what we're going to do, I'm going to try and get this really bright green field in at the foreground. See, I keep thinking that's my palette. I keep going onto there as though it's my palette. And as with all watercolour, now we've got to wait for that to dry now. That's why I brought the casein sketch to do while I'm busy doing that. Okay, so that's dry, ready to go. I'll just show you a little comparison. In that time I've been waiting for those to dry, I've done that in casein. So that's casein, which dries super fast, but it's still water based. And this is the watercolour I've been waiting to let dry. So you see why I get a bit frustrated with watercolours. But this nice little set though, I really like this little set, little travel set. But let's try get on with this a bit more now. So let's just. So also I'm working a little bit sort of skew if, because so you can actually see what I'm doing. I've remembered this time to actually use the palette rather than my paper. So this is quite a nice green. So let's see if I can just get some of these, just an idea where these trees are across this bank here. Turn that one down a little bit. See, I've gone straight into the paper again. Well, that's quite nice though. I like that effect. That's nice. That's worked really well actually. Try and get something up here a little bit more meat to that colour. This is just a quick sketch. This is going to bleed now, but I just was testing out these colours really. That's nice actually. What we'll do, we'll put this this nice bright yellow with this green. We'll run this across the front here. Let's just put some water on there, let that drop down. And let that come down by itself. So when these two are dry, that and that, we can put this middle strip in, and then we can start filling in this tree line. So got to wait again. If I was in the sun, it would dry quicker because it's so hot. I'm in the shade, so it's just taking a little bit longer, even though it's warm. Right, so that's dry enough now to continue with. I have finished the casein sketch, by the way. I'll show you that in a minute. Once we finish this, we're going to get stuck into this now. I won't stop again now. I'm just going to run colour straight into this now. And I've just got to remember that's the palette, that's the paper. It sounds obvious, but it's not. Okay, let's have a look. So let's just run this pinkish red through here. Remember, but this is the bit we were waiting to dry, to let dry, so I'm just going to let that run that way. I'll just flick that off there then. That's quite nice, quite like the way that's gone there. Right, this is going to be where the castle is at the top there. Pinker wash. Where the castle is. The brush is nice, it's got a nice tip to it. Let's just put that in. Something like that. And we've got the monument here. A bit big. That will have to do. and some rocks. Some nice darks in there. Let's get that, put that in there, see what that does. It's quite nice. We've got a nice tree here, it's quite dark. Let's just try a few of these. My brush has just departed there. Let's put that back in there, see if I can get that to stay in there. And we're just going to increase the brightness of this field at the front. It's really striking. Right, now I'm going to put that in the sun to dry. We're going to have to do one more little session on it. So it's just basically, yeah, I find watercolours quite difficult. I have to keep waiting for them. I'm going to put that in the sun and I can pack the casein stuff up then. I'll just show the casein sketch. That's the casein sketch we did just now. That's dry, but I will leave it open while I'm waiting for the watercolour to dry. Just give me a chance to clean this Lightwish palette, the wooden palette which I used in that video if you remember, over a year and a half ago. Oops. Right, let's just put that here. Right, so that's dried a little bit more now. A little shot of the palette and obviously this bit of paper. Quite nice thick, quite nice, fairly reasonably thick watercolour paper, not buckling too much, look. And it just hooks into these, so you've got a pad. You could put all the pad into this. I've only brought a couple of sheets. You can put all the pad into here, these ring binders, and just flick your way through. So this is your sketching pad and your little kit of watercolours and brushes and stuff. And you've obviously got that fold up pot of water which I'm using now. It's full of water at the moment. That folds up and goes inside there, so pretty good actually. It's just getting used to using watercolours. Right, let's carry on a minute. Let's get some shadows in for these the top there. Should have used more of a blue really. I put blue in there, but because we've got red in, some red and a bit of green in that there, sort of lost a bit of that colour, but that's alright, that's quite nice. And I've got, let's just get some, let's increase the blue and green again in that tree in here. Right, got some of the trees and things up here. Just need a little bit more blue in that, don't we, really? A couple of hairs just coming out of the new brush. There's quite a few like little clumpy trees and things dotted around up there. Let's use a different green, see what that does. Quite bright, let's put that in there. and risk it and put a bit of that in the foreground here. Now there is a, can't remember which is which now. I need to do that colour chart. Let's have a look. I should have done that first. So I knew what colours were what. No, they were wrong way around. So the red and the black. So I'm going to point on the brush. I'm just going to use the, so poking out of this tree we've got like a telegraph pole here. Something like that there. A little bit of brightness going on in here. And so actually what we've got some greens that have a bit of red in them. Some of these bushes in here. And then there's a nice few brighter greens. And some of these trees. I've lost a little bit there. So get them back in. So this one here is actually quite blue. I need to just get the shape back a bit. We lost a little bit of that, unfortunately. That was quite nice earlier. And we just put something like that for it. Oh, I think that might do us. See what we've got. What's that? We haven't got a pen, have we, in the set? Maybe there was a pen with it, but I didn't bring it. So I think we're the 24th. Let's just write that in. Hopefully you can see what I've done. So, 24th. That's Carn Brea. If anybody wants to have a look it up on the map. So there we are. Let's try out the watercolours, the Lightwish travel watercolour set by Lightwish. I was just trying that out in situ. So it really lightweight, really light. It's good. Yeah, I think I could definitely use that. The colours quite nice actually. Yeah, great. They're like little sort of less than half pans. Quite shallow, that's the only downside. I'm not sure how you would replace them. You'd have to get tube paint, I think, to replace those in there, because they're not removable by the looks of it. But it slots in there, look. Thank you and good night. Great. Right, so here's our two sketches we've done. Let's get a bit closer for you. Two sketches. Lightwish travel set, which is really great fun actually to use. Very lightweight. That's watercolours. And the casing, which is in the next sketchbook. This is sketchbook 2026. Sketchbook 2025 is still available from my website. Link is in the bio down there. So that's the Carn Brea in casing, Carn Brea in watercolour. Lightwish watercolour travel set, great fun. Take a look for yourself. So yeah, all the best. Thanks for watching. See you again next time, and bye for now.